everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're doing a trail mix cookie, which I use because I'm a runner and I eat it while I'm running, maybe before I'm running. So if you were playing, say, a soccer game or baseball or whatever, this is a great treat to bring along with you. You can eat it, it will give you your energy for the game, but it won't upset your stomach. So much better than eating a bag of chips because you're hungry. This gives you all kinds of natural sugars and carbohydrates to make your performance the best it can be. So I got the recipe out of this cookbook, Rise and Run. So just a fun cookbook. It's all like breakfasty food, but pretty healthy stuff in there. So it is the Trail Mix Breakfast Cookie. You can eat it for breakfast. I eat it all day long whenever I need it. And I do make a big batch of them. Keep them in the freezer individually wrapped up so I can just grab and go. I can eat it on the trail, I can eat it after my run, whatever. So it has different ingredients in it than you might not have in your pantry right now. So almond flour is in here, oat flour, sure. So we have cherries that we're gonna use. I ground up some walnuts. It's oats, oat flour, almond flours. I have some ground flaxseed that's gonna go in there. Basically, you're gonna mix it all up. You pop it in the refrigerator for about an hour and then to bake them up. So it's not hard work, it's just different stuff that's in there. All right, so here I have my dry ingredients I'm putting into a bowl. So I have my oats in here, my oat flour. This is what almond flour looks like when it's all ground up, so that's gonna go in. I have my pecans or walnuts. So my recipe calls for half a cup of chopped nuts. So I'm going to measure them out and put them in there. Lots of good protein. Stick to your ribs power in our nuts. We have chocolate chips. So I'm going to put in my third of a cup of chocolate chips. You could use semi-sweet, milk, dark, whatever you like. Today I'm doing cherries. So dried cherries are going to go in. If you want to do cranberries, you want to do raisins, anything like that, any kind of dried fruit, go ahead and put it in. I'm not even going to chop the cherries. I'm just going to measure them out and put them in. I have, the recipe calls for shredded coconut. I don't like coconut, so I'm not going to put it in. If you like coconut, put it in. It's just the shredded unsweetened. Goes in just like your dry ingredient. Quarter cup of ground flax. All right, so I pulled out all of my little ingredients that I need so that I don't forget anything. So I'm gonna have my quarter cup. Here we go. It's kind of a dark brown. So full of your omega-3s, deliciousness. It's gonna give it a nice texture and flavor. Then I'm just going down my list. So I have cinnamon in here next. Teaspoon of cinnamon. That's gonna go in. I have salt. Teaspoon of salt is gonna go in. See, so not really hard. Just grab all your ingredients so that you don't forget to put something in. Baking soda. And we're gonna stir this guy up. Those are our dry ingredients. Our wet ingredients are going to go in here. It's a stick of butter, so 8 tablespoons of butter that's melted with a third of a cup of regular sugar, a quarter cup of honey, and some vanilla. So we'll mix it all up together and pop it in the fridge. All right, so I have my melted butter. I put it in the microwave for about 45 seconds. Melts it up beautifully. I'm going to put it all in there. Then I'm going to add in a third cup of sugar. You can use cane sugar, granulated sugar, whatever you have. Then I'm going to mix that real quick. If you don't have a mixer, you can totally do this by hand. It takes you a couple more minutes, but go right ahead and just mix it with a big spoon. So all of our wet ingredients are going to go in here. I have honey and vanilla to add in, and those are our wet ingredients. So very simple to do. not unusual ingredients. Here's my beautiful honey. It's going to give it a good flavor, add a little bit of sweetness. All right. Mix this guy up and add our dries. Dum-dum. Okay, so you're gonna see this, you're gonna be like, oh, it's never gonna stay together. It's not like a batter like your cookie dough would be for, like, say you're making chocolate chip cookies. It's a little bit more loose and kind of chunky. So remember, trail mix cookie. What we're gonna do is pop this into the fridge, let it chill for about an hour. Then we're gonna portion them out, put them into the oven at 350 degrees. They cook about 12 to 14 minutes, depending on how big you make them. And then they're ready to eat. All right, so here I took this guy out of the refrigerator, so it's much thicker, harder to spoon together. I'm going to use my nice ice cream server. You could just use 2 spoons if you wanted to. I'm gonna scoop it out, put it onto a parchment lined cookie sheet. I press down the top a little bit. You can shape them any way you want. They're gonna take about 14 minutes to bake in the oven. I'm doing nice big ones so that I can grab it and it's gonna fill me up. If you wanted to make smaller ones, by all means, you can make smaller ones. I like them nice and big. Then I can eat them on the way to the trail after my run. And I have a beautiful cookie, something to look forward to. All right, pop these guys in the oven. All right, so here we are. Cookies are done. Look at that. Beautiful, nice big cookies. We're gonna let them cool and then we can eat them up.